I think it's time we talk about Epic Universe. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, before we get started, please consider subscribing, hit that like button and the notification bell so you know when our next video is coming out. So, you've heard the rumors about Universal's newest theme park called Universal's Epic Universe. Now, while there are a lot of rumors swirling around, we just got some really cool pictures, some aerial views. So we're going to talk about all of that in depth, in length, and what we can expect, what is confirmed, what we think is going to happen. It's going to be awesome. So let's dive in. First of all, let's start with the confirmed Super Mario Land. As we know, Hollywood is getting one, Japan already has one, with a Mario Kart attraction, as well as a Donkey Kong attraction, and Yoshi. We're also going to get Yoshi, so that is really cool. So, as you can see in the pictures here, development is going on pretty heavily. Things are starting to change and starting to form. And you can see where the little Bowser facade is going to go up in Super Mario Land. And I think that this is going to be really cool. Now, they are allowing for some extra space over to the side for more development. And hopefully in a future expansion, they're not going to limit themselves to just a small bit of land, because right now it's only about 7 acres wide, and or 7 acres in general. So hopefully we're going to get more than that. But I'm excited for one thing, for the attractions, of course, the rides, for the food that they're going to have there, but more importantly, I'm excited about the merchandise, the things that they're going to sell there, like hats, plushes, Mario-themed bands like in Japan, Mario-themed lanyards, all that kind of stuff. I'm the most excited about that. I feel like that is going to be the best part of Super Mario World, and you're going to get to see the characters. And in Japan right now, they have actually where their voices come out of the characters. So I'm hoping that they will do that in Hollywood, and they will do it here at Universal's Epic Universe. We will have to see. Now, as far as the Mario Kart attraction, it looks really cool. I think it might be more along the lines of more of a kiddie, like family-friendly ride. I don't really know at this point. I have seen some footage from Japan, and it looks fun. It looks like it's a lot of fun, but I am looking forward to more things coming, like the Donkey Kong attraction and the Yoshi attraction, which I think will be just literally out of this world. I think it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait for it. I hope you guys are hyped for it too. Now, moving right along, it's been rumored that there will be some attractions inside of the actual hub at Epic Universe, and one of these attractions is supposed to be a dual chasing coaster. That's right, a dual coaster going at the same time. And by this picture, you can see that they're starting to put the yellow tracks down, and it looks like one track is a different color than the other to kind of determine what it's going to look like. So in the drawing, it looks like this actually expands throughout several parts of the park and will loop back around. Now, is this a callback to Dueling Dragons? I think so. I think a lot of people were really upset that that attraction is gone. Of course, the replacement Hagrid's is very well received, and still to this day is the longest wait in Universal with no express pass. Eventually, I think, changing subjects, eventually I think once Epic opens, that Hagrid's will have a express pass. But until then, I think it's going to stay that way. But where Hagrid's used to be Dueling Dragons, so I think this is kind of a nod to bring something back, since so many of the pass holders and so many of the people that have come to the parks love that attraction and miss it. Now, we don't know all the details about this attraction, how fast it's going to go, what the ride vehicles are going to look like. We just have the tracks, which are the yellow tracks that you see here. And I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be one of the centerpieces, and it's just going to look amazing from the road and from the park. Now, sticking with the hub area, there's actually a water-centered ride that's going to be there. No one really knows the details on that yet, what it's going to look like, what it's about. You know, it could be anything. I mean, there's different rides, you know, at Islands of Adventure, like Ludo's, and there's Dudley Do-Right, stuff like that. So I would think it's something along those lines, maybe a How to Train Your Dragon water attraction, since it does appear that it's going to be on that side. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait, but that's another one. Now, let's talk about How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon is another rumored land at Epic Universe, and will have a roller coaster as they are starting to build it and they're starting to excavate the land for that right now. Now, what exactly it will be, we're really not sure, but if I were going to try to guess, I would say it's more along the lines of a family coaster, something more family friendly, not so crazy, not as bad as, not as non-thrilling as Woody Woodpecker, but not as thrilling as Velocicoaster. So somewhere in between, maybe not even as thrilling as Hagrid. I think it'll just be like a light kind of coaster, something you would find at Disney, because I think that's what Universal is going for here, is kind of a Disney-esque park with really good roller coasters. I think that's what they're going to try to accomplish here. Now, the whole section itself, I think it could be a real win, because Universal has proven with Harry Potter over at Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure that they can get that time period piece right in their theming. They can do it right. And so with How to Train Your Dragon being Viking related, I would really like to see a lot of Viking related decor, of course, food, and merchandise. I think it could be a huge, huge thing. Let's just hope that that's what they go with. I mean, obviously if they're going to do it, they're going to have to. But what would be really cool is if you see a toothless kind of character. That would be cool. I don't know how they'd pull it off, but it would be kind of cool. Kind of like a donkey kind of thing. That'd be cool. Now, speaking of Harry Potter, we know that we are rumored to get a Harry Potter land here at Epic Universe. And you're like, well, what could be done? We have Diagon Alley, we have Hogsmeade. What else can we do? So what I'm hoping, and all this is speculation and rumor, no one knows, is I'm hoping for a Ministry of Magic. I hope that is what we get. Now, most likely, that's probably what it's going to be. I don't really foresee them doing anything different. Now, the time period is what is in question. A lot of people think that it's possible that they could do Fantastic Beasts period. I'm actually against this. I did not care for the Fantastic Beasts films. I'm sorry. You might hate me for that, but I did not care for those. I would like to see it stay within the same theme. Do not change it up. I feel like Star Wars Galaxy's Edge made a real mistake with trying to do the new stuff instead of providing the old characters like Luke, Han, Leia, and Darth Vader. I feel like that was a mistake that they made there. And they can always correct it, but I feel like stay within the world, stay within the characters that you know a lot about, and I think you'll be okay. So Ministry of Magic gets my vote for this. It would just be a really cool experience. A really cool experience. And something that I really want to see, and it was a rumor at one point, and I don't know if it's going to happen, but would be a sorting hat ceremony. That would be awesome, to sort you into your house. That way you don't have to play the games on the app or all that kind of stuff anymore. You can go to Universal and have a sorting hat ceremony. That would be awesome. I would love to see that happen. Don't know if it's going to. I'm sure it'll be an extra premium for it to happen. Kind of like the Star Wars lightsabers and all that kind of stuff. But I would like to see that happen. I think it would be a good opportunity. Something that Universal should take on. I don't know how they would do it. but I feel like they should do it, and it would be amazing if they did. Now, one of the more big rumors that have come out of all these updates and everything is a Monsters themed land. If you are like the many of Universal goers, pass holders, whatever you want to call yourselves, and you were disappointed by the Monsters Cafe being taken away and by the refreshment cooler monsters being taken away, you're in luck, because it is rumored that there will be a classic Monsters style land here at Epic Universe. You can already see that there are attractions that are being built up. As you can see, this building over here looks like there is a facade being built up to look like an old castle in Belgium. I forget the name of the castle, but it is a castle that's in Belgium that they're kind of referencing here. And with that, it is also rumored that there will be a Forbidden Journey type roller coaster in this building here, so it will have an attraction, as well as a couple of other eating spots that you can see here along the land. Now, there is one with the spire sticking up, and thanks to Alicia Stella at Theme Park Stop, she thinks that that might actually be a windmill themed restaurant from Frankenstein, which I think would be really cool. I would love to see that. But also, could it be that they've taken the monsters from Universal, the ones that were at the refreshment post right there, and stick them right there? It's possible. Now, with the closing of Monsters Cafe in Universal, I feel like Universal's going to go big with their Monsters themed restaurant. So let's just hope we either get another Monsters Cafe or obviously a big version of that. I think that they will. I think they'll bring the barbecue back. I think they'll do all that kind of stuff, and I think it's going to be really, really, really cool, whatever they do. I would like to see it, and hopefully they expand and have more attractions and stuff like that, because I love that old classic monster feel. Everything at HHN, you know, Legends Collide was my favorite house this year at Halloween Horror Nights. Hopefully we get more of that kind of stuff in this land, because I would love to see that happen. Now, there is one more rumored land that is just rumored. There is no confirmation to it. There have been rights that have been tried to be purchased, things that are way over my head that I don't understand, that have tried to come to fruition. But is it possible that we're going to get a Lord of the Rings section at Epic Universe? If that happens, I think our channel is just going to turn into a Lord of the Rings Universal channel, because that's where I will always be constantly, if they get it right. Now, with that being said, what could they do? What was within the parameters of what they can tell and all this kind of stuff? Recently, the Lord of the Rings theme park rights were bought by a video game company. So we will have to see what happens if Universal can get those and make some kind of a deal with these people. Now, with that being said, would it be tied into the Peter Jackson films, or would it be its own thing? I think it would be a crime and a tragedy if they are not associated with the Peter Jackson films. Yes, we do have the Rings of Power on Amazon now, which is great. I'm a big fan of that. But I think you're going to go with classic characters like Frodo, Sam, Gollum. You would have to have stuff like that. And of course Sauron, which Sauron is in Rings of Power. But what would be more cool than a Tower of Barad-dûr in the middle of this Lord of the Rings land? I mean, this would be amazing. And the Eye of Sauron in the middle, sign me up all day long. Now, you have a chance here to do a Prancing Pony, which would be very similar to Three Broomsticks or Leaky Cauldron at Universal. Very easily themed. Just lower the roofs to make it seem a little bit more closed in. There you go. You got it. Now, as far as attractions go, I would like to see a barrel ride. I would like to see a dark ride having to do with the Dark Riders. You know what? Something just occurred to me. Dark Rider meet and greet walking around Lord of the Rings land. I mean, that would just be insane, right? I mean, just amazing. But anyway, if that were to happen, I think that they should do the Peter Jackson films. Now, this rumor has been going around for a long, long time. There was a rumor that it was going to happen at Islands. They were going to get rid of the Lost Continent, which, in my opinion, it's not my favorite area of the park. I think they can do more. And there's also talk as well, let's move on. There's also talk about a Zelda expansion, and that was another thing that was rumored to come to Islands of Adventure to replace the Lost Continent. I would love to see that. I think they can make it happen. That would be awesome. And then there's also the rest with Pokemon. There's so much going on at Universal right now. There's so many rumors, so much speculation. Things are changing within the actual park of Universal. And actually tomorrow I'll be at Universal to show you those updates, because things are just getting a little crazy and things are starting to change there. But I do have to say that I am really excited about what Epic Universe is going to be. It's going to be amazing. It's going to give Disney a run for its money, which we will talk about that in a future video, how I think Disney is going to respond. And maybe I'll do that next week. But I think it's going to be purely epic. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Hit that like button and the notification bell so you know when our next video is coming out. And remember, the road goes ever on. Let's go.